It's a great question, and I'm a big fan of Arvind. I've spent some time with him. I use Perplexity regularly, along with ChatGPT. I think they're really intriguing services. When I think about search, I think about it in a few ways. First and foremost, I think it's there's the search of like breaking it down in a few kind of segments. There's search of, what information do I want to find? Do I want to find a pizza restaurant in Palo Alto, right? I'm not going to use Perplexity for that query, right?
Yeah.
That's a different type of query. And I think the thing that often gets forgotten in search is not just about the experience on the consumer side, it's about the advertiser side, right? Google works because there's this synergy between the advertisers who want to be surfaced on Google, the publishers who want their content to be surfaced into Google, and then Google being sort of this overlay on top to help you retrieve information quickly and then drive content to the New York Times or restaurant reviews website, what have you. The thing that's interesting, I don't think that ChatGPT and Perplexity, as built today, are going to disrupt Google. There's a habit
Mhm.
that was been built for 20 years. I still use Google every day.
Yeah.
It's a habit that's been built. I've also used for Perplexity, but for a very different type of query. I think of them as sort of longer kind of queries I want to dwell on. It's for research projects, right? Help explain to me XYZ thing, give me a summary of XYZ thing. Those are queries which don't monetize in the same way as I want to order a pizza right now. Help me order it. I want to buy movie tickets right now. And so I don't think that a consumer subscription business is going to be the thing that really disrupts Google's business. There will be people that pay for these services, and that's great. But the world has gotten used to search for free, you know? And, the most expensive queries are these long tail queries, right? Like, explain to me this research paper, go find that. You can't really monetize it. It costs a lot to index and store that content, right? And serve it. Very different than something that's very quick and easy to monetize. So, I'm intrigued where Perplexity and others will go as they think about monetization. But I do think they need to think through how do they get to the advertising side. I don't think consumer subscriptions is going to be enough to create the next trillion-dollar company. You have to do more than that. But what I do like as a whole in this, I think we're in the early days of all these things. And I love that these companies, AI companies, are pushing Google to do more.
Yeah.
I do think that is fantastic. I think that's good for Google. I think it's good for us as consumers. I think in general, competition is great. And having those companies out there, and these are tiny companies relative to the scale of Google,
Cool.
the fact that they're pushing Google to try to do different things is awesome. So I'm very excited about